All right, welcome everyone to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Goat Locker Extreme Xfinity Series. Tonight, these Xfinity cars will be taking on Martinsville Speedway for 175 laps of racing action. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee, @Manlease, and I'm excited to call all the short track racing action here tonight. Right now in practice, we see Zach Wetstein is on the top of the board with a 20.07. Second is Logan Sturgeon with a 20.13. Third is Garrett Kinder with a 20.18. And fourth, Jonah Colbert with a 20.20. And then rounding out your top five right now in practice, it's Jamie Mullins. Now, speaking of Zach Wetstein, Zach won last week at Circuit of the Americas, leading 22 of the 24 laps, and Zach started on the pole. Second place was Michael Kostick. He ran the other two laps that Zach didn't lead. So Andy Kurtz, he finished third. Daniel Cunningham was fourth. And then rounding out your top five was Patrick Drobick. So tonight at Martinsville, Zach Wetstein will be looking to make it 2 in a row. Now, right now, our point standings is very, very tight. Only 9 points separating first and second. Right now, Eddie Smith is your leader in points with 399 points and 4 wins. Second in points is Michael Kostick with 390 points and 0 wins. We see Jonah Colbert is third in points. Fourth is Cody McElwain. And fifth in points right now is Patrick Drobick. Now, I did notice that Eddie Smith is not in the session tonight. However, Michael Kostick is, so it's looking like after tonight's event, Michael Kostick will be your point standings leader. Definitely unfortunate for Eddie Smith, but hopefully he can be back next week. There we see yet another driver having trouble here at Martinsville. We've seen a lot of drivers having trouble at Martinsville here tonight. Martinsville, definitely a tricky track. And for these Xfinity cars, the track is kind of a bull ring. When making pass, we see a lot of times drivers resort to using that chrome horn. Oh, we see a big wreck right there. Drivers flipping and into the inside wall. I think we're going to see a lot of drivers moving other drivers and a lot of beating and banging up front, especially towards the end of tonight's race. Again, it's going to be 175 laps, so these drivers are also going to need to show a lot of patience. But sometimes patience can definitely be hard to come by at a track like Martinsville. We will see what happens here. Looks like we have 23 cars in the field tonight. Should be a good race. There we go. Practice is wrapping up. And we are now getting set for our 5-minute qualifying. Drivers will get 2 laps to try to set their best possible lap time. There we got Jake Ellingson heading out on track right now in that 27 Goat Locker racing machine. We got Ray Page exiting the pits. There we see Andy Kurtz in that 5 machine. See what Kurtz can do here on his first lap. There you go. Got a good run through turns 1 and 2. See if he has a good run here in 3 and 4. There's Chuck Feltz in the 75.
20.4.
And there we go. We see Travis Bieber to the top of the board. Then Daniel Cunningham to the top of the board with a 20.32. Then it's Logan Sturgeon, who was your runner-up in practice. He goes to the top of the board with a 20.21. Right now in second place, it's Daniel Cunningham with a 20.32. So right now a 10th separates first and second. Third on the board is Travis Bieber with a 20.34. That has changed, however, as Michael Kostick gets to second on the board with a 20.27. Only 600ths off of first-place driver Logan Sturgeon. See Josh Oswald able to get to second with a 20.22. And there we go, Michael Kostick to the top of the board with a 20.19. We see less than 300 separate first and second right now. We see Zach Wetstein able to get to third with a 20.21. See Kevin Kinder says, hello y'all, go number 13. Garrett Kinder has not completed a qualifying lap yet, but I think we'll see him get on track here pretty soon. There we got Matt Knights heading into the pits. Fun fact, I actually made the paint scheme that Matt Knights is running tonight. You may see it a couple of times here tonight, and I actually made it. I'm definitely proud of it. It's kind of a meme paint scheme. We got the free PD on the hood. PD is kind of an inside joke here in the Intensity Broadcasting community. There we got Tyus Swank right now. Tyus Swank coming off of turn 2. You got Garrett Kinder to the top of the board with a 20.19. What a lap time for Garrett Kinder. It came down to the thousandths of a second to see who would sit on the pole between Garrett Kinder and Michael Kostick, but iRacing ended up putting Garrett Kinder as the pole sitter. So unless somebody else is able to top Kinder, it's looking like Garrett will be starting on the pole here tonight. Got Kyle Martinson getting ready to complete his first lap in that Bell South machine. See Martinson able to get to 18th with a 20.56, and he is going to reset. Guess not satisfied with his lap time. There we see Jonah Colbert stopped on the backstretch. Right now, Colbert is sitting in 6th on the board with a 20.28 as his best lap time. A little less than a tenth off of your current pole sitter, Garrett Kinder. We do want to thank the Extreme Xfinity Series as sponsor. The Extreme Xfinity Series is fueled by Goat Locker Racing, and Goat Locker Racing is an organization that gives back to the veteran community. They're like-minded individuals that understand that to support veterans, we have to build a community. Goat Locker Racing's community is based on camaraderie and the love of racing. Goat Locker Racing sponsors veteran racers both in sim racing and real life through their sponsors and partnerships, because when we end up in victory lane, so do our brothers and sisters. So if you're interested in learning more about Goat Locker Racing, make sure to go and visit their website at goatlockerracing.com. And there we go, qualifying is going to wrap up. Garrett Kinder is on the top of the board. All right, we are now gridding for your feature event. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Starting on the pole with a 20.15. It's the 13 Reaper Racing machine of Garrett Kinder. Outside of him, it's the 04 of Michael Kostick. And third, it's Logan the Fish Sturgeon in the 26. Fourth is Hoosier Motorsports' Zach Wetstein. And then rounding at your top 5, we have Josh Oswald. In 6th, we have the 31 of Jonah Colbert. 7th is JC Motorsports' Daniel Cunningham. 8th is Travis Bieber in the 114. 9th is Reaper Racing's Brandon Wallace. And then rounding out your top 10, we have the 75 of Chuck Feltz. In 11th with Big Fish Motorsports, it's the 88 of Charles Stevens Jr. 12th is Goat Locker Racing's Jake Ellingson. In 13th, we have the 53 of Jamie Mullins. 14th is Andy Kurtzen. Then rounding out your top 5 with Full Send Racing, we got that 41 machine of Ray Page. In 16th, it's the 66 of Tyus Swank. 17th, it's Intensity Broadcasting Zone Matt Knights. In 18th, we have the 18 of Kyle Martinson. 19th is Jason Warren. And then rounding out your top 20, we have the 48 of Jason Lotridge. In 21st, it's David Kamara. 22nd is Reaper Racing's Kyle Roberts. And sitting in 23rd is William Griffith. So there we go. The field is set, and we are ready to go here at Martinsville Speedway. This is going to be a fun and exciting race here tonight. We got 22 cars on track. Only one can be called the winner here tonight. Let's see what happens here. And we are now pacing at Martinsville Speedway. Drivers getting their tires warmed up before we go green. Here's a look at your race info. We see right now 87 degrees Fahrenheit, 85% humidity, partly cloudy skies, bit windy, 13 miles per hour, and the track is hot right now. 106 degrees Fahrenheit is the track temperature. We'll see if that track temperature comes into play here. I know normally a hotter track means that the tires will wear faster, so we'll see how quick these drivers will have to come in and take tires here. We're in Martinsville, Virginia at the 0.5 of a mile Martinsville Speedway. All right, we are getting ready to go green here. Again, Garrett Kinder restarting on the bottom. On the top, it's Michael Kostick. Michael Kostick finished runner-up at last week at Circuit of the Americas. He's looking to turn that runner-up into a win here tonight at Martinsville. Let's see what happens here. Can Garrett Kinder get the win? We shall see. Green flag is out here at Martinsville Speedway. There we see Garrett Kinder taking off, and he has Michael Kostick on his rear quarter panel. As we head into turns 1 and 2, we see Kinder is able to get clear, and we already see a caution. So it's now time for the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. I can tell these cows are going to be busy tonight. So it looks like we're watching David Kamara. He's got Jason Lotridge on his outside. And then looks like there was just a huge checkup. See, it looks like Matt Knights was involved. Kyle Martinson was involved. The 32 was involved. And then we see Martinson gets loose into the outside wall and just comes straight down into David Kamara, and that's just what starts this whole incident. Definitely unfortunate there for both of them, but we still have a lot more race to go. Then get that damage fixed and get back out on track. We see Philip Manzo says, let's go, number 17, Josh Oswald and Jason Lotridge. Right now we see Josh Oswald sitting in the top 5 in that 5th place spot, running that World Championship Wrestling machine here tonight. And then we see right now Jason Lotridge, who was, he think he was able to make it through that last incident. He is currently sitting in that 19th spot, trying to work his way up into the top 15 here. Definitely watch out for that 48 machine. So right now, we didn't really see too much of a change up in the front of the field, except for when the caution flag came in, it looked like Logan Sturgeon had gotten by Michael Kostick. So on this next restart, we should see Logan Sturgeon restarting on that outside. Garrett Kinder still in the lead. Looks like Kyle Martinson was able to exit the pits and stay on the lead lap. Looks like Kamara has gone down multiple laps now. Looks like he is just now exiting the pits. Again, definitely unfortunate, tough break for that 0-2. Hopefully he can work his way back up through the field. actually, it looks like David Kamara is still on the lead lap. That's good news for the O2 machine. Looks like William Griffith, he missed the start. He is now on track trying to get the laps that he lost back. All right, we're getting ready to go back green here. Garrett Kinder restarting on the bottom. Josh Oswald restarting on the top. We'll see how this next restart goes. Hopefully, we can complete a lap here. And oh, green flag is back out here. Looks like we saw some sort of checking up, and this is just going to give Garrett Kinder the lead now. Josh Oswald is in second, but he's got Logan Sturgeon taking a look down low under him. We see Sturgeon is able to get clear, but Josh Oswald trying to reel back in that 26 machine. Oswald right now just trying to set up that pass on that 26. See Michael Kostick side by side with Daniel Cunningham for that fourth place spot. We see Kostick is able to get clear of that 54, and Michael is now up to that fourth place spot. But now we see Zach Wetstein trying to make a pass, and we see another caution flag is out. Looks like William Griffith has crashed. Kyle Martinson also involved. We'll take a look here at this Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind to see exactly what happened. All right, here is a look at our incident. Here we see William Griffith running behind Kamara, and that's the 35 of Kyle Roberts. And then heading into 1 and 2. We just see this big checkup. Cars getting loose. Looks like Matt Knight's get loose. Drivers slam on their brakes trying to avoid it. And looks like Martinson is involved. Jason Latridge is involved. See the 66 is involved. Kyle Roberts involved. And William Griffith, he has nowhere to go except for right into the back bumper of that 35 machine. So right now we see Garrett Kinder still in the lead. Logan Sturgeon second right now. Josh Oswald third. Michael Kostick fourth. And Zach Wetstein currently sitting in that fifth place spot. So far it's been all Garrett Kinder. Nobody has been able to get up to him. Garrett Kinder was the fastest in qualifying. See, Philip Manthos says, come on, number 13, Garrett Kinder. Kinder right now has led every single lap so far, but definitely got to watch out for that 26 machine of Logan Sturgeon. We'll see what that 26 can do here on that next restart. Also watch out for Josh Oswald. We know Josh Oswald very good at these short tracks. We see Kevin Kinder says, I gave them extra cow cubes. Going to be a long night. Yes, I think the cows are going to be very, very busy here tonight with the fact that we're running at Martinsville. So, appreciate you feeding the cows before they came onto the job, Kevin. I know they would have probably starved by the end of this event if they hadn't gotten their cow cubes. All right, we're getting ready to go back green here with Garrett Kinder restarting on the bottom. We see Josh Oswald restarting on the top. Pace car is in. And green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway. We see side by side for first right now. Heading into turns 1 and 2, we see Garrett Kinder is able to get clear, but Josh Oswald not letting that 13. And we see another caution flag as that looks like William Griffith has crashed. Ray Page involved, Tyus Swank involved. We'll take a look at exactly what happened here. So here we see William Griffith. He had Matt Knights on his outside coming to the restart. And then I think this happened, and we see in front of them, that's that 35 of Kyle Roberts. And then, we see made contact up there between Ray Page and Jason Lottridge. We see Ray Page get sideways. William Griffith has nowhere to go in turns 1 and 2. Definitely unfortunate there for Griffith. We see Tyus Swank runs right into the back bumper of that 12 machine. The carnage continues here at Martinsville Speedway. So right now, still, Garrett Kinder is your leader. I know Kinder definitely loving these cautions. It's just going to allow him to continue to keep that lead. I'm hoping soon we can maybe get a little bit of a green flag run. I don't know, though. It's been caution after caution so far. While we're under break, make sure to take this time to check out the Intensity Broadcasting merchandise store. We have merchandise with logos from your favorite broadcaster and all of the amazing leagues that we broadcast. You can find shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads, stickers, posters, and so much more. And Intensity Broadcasting just actually unveiled a new shirt design that you can actually purchase now on intensitybroadcasting.com. Go make sure to check it out. And also remember, we have Original Rebel shirts, stickers, and posters that you can purchase on the Intensity Broadcasting merchandise store as well. I know racing season is coming up very, very soon, so maybe go pick up some Intensity Broadcasting stickers and some Original Rebel stickers and put them on your real life race car. I know we're definitely going to be sporting one of the Intensity stickers on the Bandolero this year. And we're getting ready to go back green. Garrett Kinder restarting on the bottom. Logan Sturgeon restarting on the top. Green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway. We see Garrett Kinder is trying to get clear of Logan Sturgeon as we head into turns 1 and 2. And he is side by side for... And we see another caution flag is out. Big wreck. Looked like only a few drivers were able to get through that incident unscathed. We'll take a look at what happened here. So we were side by side between Brandon Wallace and Jonah Colbert. See, I think this happens here coming into one where we've seen a lot of our incidents happen. I think Wallace locked up the brakes trying to not slam into Michael Kostick, and that just causes him to get loose. Andy Kurtz nowhere to go. And then after that, we see Warren barely misses getting hit, and this is just going to create this big domino effect. A lot of big names getting involved in that most recent incident. We see a lot of drivers on pit road right now. Brandon Wallace, Jason Warren, Jamie Mullins, Ray Page, Kyle Roberts all coming in and getting that damage fixed. Definitely unfortunate there. But we're going to rack them, restack them, and go back green here. We do have a big announcement during this broadcast. Make sure to support Intensity Broadcasting by sending stars. It's a digital gift that helps us earn money to improve our broadcast. And right now, through the end of the month, stars are doubled, so they help support us even more. Stars are definitely not required, but they still are appreciated, so definitely feel free to donate stars because they help us even more this month because they are doubled. So right now, still Garrett Kinder is your leader. Garrett Kinder definitely loving these cautions that are coming out. As long as he has that lead when the caution comes out, he is still considered your leader. And it's just, these cautions seem to just keep coming out and coming out and coming out. Garrett Kinder definitely hoping that we don't have a green flag run so he can continue to keep that lead. But I definitely want to maybe see a bit of a longer green flag run here. Maybe see some green flag pit stops. We shall see, though. Lights are off on the pace car. We are getting ready to go back green. Garrett Kinder restarting on the bottom. Josh Oswald restarting on the top. And then behind them, we got Logan Sturgeon, Daniel Cunningham. And green flag is back out for Garrett Kinder. He is able to get clear of Josh Oswald side by side for second between Logan Sturgeon and Josh Oswald. We saw Sturgeon to the rear quarter panel of that 17. They're side by side on the backstretch. Great battle for the second spot. And they're still side by side as we head here in the 3 and 4. Maybe Josh Oswald with a little bit of a nose over Sturgeon. Almost making contact there coming off the corner. And there we go. We see Josh Oswald is able to get clear. So Garrett Kinder has just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 20.45. Oh, we saw a car get into the outside wall there. Still, Logan Sturgeon trying to get under that 17 to Josh Oswald. There we go. They're side by side. We see Sturgeon with the nose as we cross the line. Sturgeon is still with the nose as we head into turns 1 and 2. He is able to get clear now. Logan Sturgeon to that second place spot. We see Zach Wetstein to third now. Josh Oswald now to fourth. We see Zach Wetstein trying to reel in your 26 of Logan Sturgeon for that second place spot. Zach Wetstein trying to make it 2 in a row for wins here in the Extreme Xfinity Series. He won last week at Circuit of the Americas. Logan Sturgeon has just ran the fastest lap. Oh, and we see another yellow flag is out. Another big wreck. We will take a look at exactly what happened here with the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. All right, here is what happened. So right now we're watching Chuck Feltz. He's running alone. He does have the 114 of Travis Bieber in front of him and Andy Kurtz. And we see, looks like the 114 braked a little bit earlier than most drivers do in the corner. So that slows him down. And we see Feltz tries to make a pass. I think Feltz maybe if he might have clipped the curb there and that pushed him up. No? In my opinion, that was just a racing incident right there. Feltz washed up a little bit, and then we saw the 114 came down a little bit. They met in the middle, and that created the caution. We saw Jason Latridge involved. Oh, we see the 114 and Travis Bieber was on his lid. Looks like he was able to flip over, however. While we're under caution, I'm going to do a fun little question for some of our viewers. I know it's snowing in a lot of places here this weekend. Let us know how cold it is where you're at and how many inches of snow you're looking on getting. I know right now where I'm at, the temperature's down to 16 degrees, and tonight we're supposed to get about 2 inches of snow. Always good to have a little bit of snow. Definitely beautiful. But it's definitely gonna get some people's powers to go out, and it's definitely gonna hurt the roads a little bit. But we are getting ready to go back green here. Garrett Kinder restarting on the bottom. Zach Wetstein restarting on the top. Here we go. Let's see what happens here on this next restart. We got behind them, it's Logan Sturgeon. And looks like Charles Stevens Jr. has now made his way up into the top 4. Stevens Jr. has gained 7 positions since the green flag drop. He is tied for biggest mover of tonight's event. Him and Matt Knights both gained 7 positions since the green flag drop. And green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway. And there we go. We see Garrett Kinder is able to get clear of Zach Wetstein. But Zach Wetstein right on the back bumper, that 13. We see Wetstein is able to get to the rear quarter panel of the 13. But Kinder gets back clear. We see right now Zach just trying to set up that pass on the 13. Let's see what Wetstein tries to do here. We see Wetstein trying to take a look down low. Under the 13, he can't quite get there. I know for a lot of tonight's event, we're going to see a lot of drivers trying to use that chrome horn to make some moves, and we see another caution flag is out. And so here we go. We're going to do the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage replay. Looks like Travis Bieber, Josh Oswald, Matt Knights have crashed. So here's a look at what happened here. So here we go, coming into the corner, and we see Matt Knights washes way up the track here in 1 and 2. He goes high. And then looks like he might have gotten to the wall. He comes down the track, makes contact with the 17 of Josh Oswald. Looks like the 35 of Kyle Roberts is involved. Travis Bieber, nowheres to go. Definitely unfortunate for them. Uh-oh. Looks like we are having some issues with our replay system. We're trying to get it fixed here. There we go. We are back live here at Martinsville Speedway. Let's see here. 16 degrees here in Massachusetts. We may get a dusting of snow overnight. That's almost identical to where I live, except for we may get a little bit more than just a dusting of snow. Let's see, 6 degrees less, 1 inch. Man, that's cold. I know, where I'm at, winter storms aren't too bad, so hopefully we can keep this broadcast up without the power going out. I do apologize to everybody watching on YouTube. We do have some bots in the chat. I blocked both users in the chat. Just don't click on the links. Occasionally we do get bots. Sometimes in our YouTube chat, we just block them. And again, just don't click on the links that they share. Yeah, Garrett Kinder restarting on the bottom. Logan Sturgeon restarting on the top. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway. And there we see Garrett Kinder trying to get clear. Oh, we see some contact. Zach Wetstein getting into the back of Kinder there in 1 and 2. We see Garrett is able to get clear of Logan Sturgeon side by side for second between Sturgeon and Wetstein. We see Wetstein to about the rear quarter panel of that 26 machine side by side. Coming off of turn number 4, we see still Sturgeon with a little bit of a nose as we head into turns 1 and 2. Wetstein getting a good. Oh, and we see another caution flag is out. Josh Oswald has crashed. Looks like it was so bad that Oswald had to tow. All right, here is a look at what happened. Here we see Josh Oswald heading into turns 3 and 4. We see a side-by-side battle between the 53, Jamie Mullins, and Travis Bieber. And then we see Mullins slows way up, coming off of turn number 4. And oh, Josh Oswald getting on the curb a little bit, coming off of turn number 4. That's just going to get him loose. Once you hit that curb here at Martinsville, you are going around. Definitely unfortunate there for Oswald. At one point, Josh, he was running in the top 5. And in fact, at one point he was battling for the lead, but after a couple tough breaks, he's now fallen to that 21st place spot. He has lost the most positions out of the whole field, losing 16 since the green flag dropped. Hopefully Oswald can... Oh, nope, he can't. Josh Oswald has manually disconnected for tonight's event to wrap up his bad luck. I do want to give a quick shout out to Intensity's Broadcasting's Twitter. Make sure to go check out our Twitter account. We like to drop polls on there and ask questions to our followers, most of them involving either NASCAR or iRacing. You can participate in those. And also in Intensity Broadcasting's Twitter, we provide links to our streams when we go live, and if you turn notifications on our Twitter page, you get notified when we go live and what platforms you can watch us on. So definitely make sure to follow us on Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. Right now, last I checked, we were at 71 followers. So let's try to get Intensity Broadcasting's Twitter to 100 followers by our 2-year anniversary. That's my goal. Make sure to go and check it out again. Intensity Broad 1 on Twitter. All right, we are getting ready to go back green here. Garrett Kinder restarting on the bottom. Zach Wetstein restarting on the top. Let's see how this restart goes. All right, green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway. We see Garrett Kinder is able to get clear of Zach Wetstein. We see Zach Wetstein trying to reel back in Garrett Kinder for that first place spot. Let's see what Wetstein tries to do here. We see Zach in a big run here on the backstretch, trying to set up a pass here through turns 3 and 4. We see still Zach able to get to the rear quarter panel of Garrett Kinder. We might see Zach try to use the chrome horn here on that 13. And oh, we see another caution flag is out. Kyle Roberts has crashed. I think a few others as well. Let's take a look at what happened here with the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. All right, here's a look at what happened. We see there's Kyle Roberts taking it to the high side above the 53 of Jamie Mullins. And looks like Roberts washes up a little bit off the corner. And I think he might have turned down to miss hitting the wall, but that just gets him loose into the inside wall. So right now we see Garrett Kinder still in the lead. And let's take a look at, here's how your current top 5 is looking. Garrett Kinder is in first. In the second place spot, it's Zach Wetstein. Third is Logan Sturgeon. In that fourth place spot, we have Charles Stevens Jr. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Daniel Cunningham. See, Mama Ellingson has been following for a while. Definitely appreciate that. I know I do want to give a big shout out to all of our OGs who have been following us since the start of Intensity Broadcasting's Twitter. You are greatly appreciated. In fact, right now, I mean, we've grown so much on Twitter since we started, and I just want to give a shout out to our first 10 followers: Josh Hall, Dayton Weiss, Dylan Redding, Jeff Bartram, Joe Wright, OnlineRaceDriver.com, Avery Farrell, Max McClure, Andy Dunwoody, Good Games, and Garrett Kinder. Those were our first 10 followers on Twitter, so shout out to them. Intensity Broadcasting's Twitter would not be where it would be without them. So far, our biggest mover of the race is Jason Warren. Right now, Jason is sitting in that 7th place spot. After starting in 19th, Warren has just been able to avoid a lot of the mess and has just made some smart moves. And he's gotten himself up into the top 10 now. Let's see in this next restart if Warren can get into the top 5. All right, side by side for that first place spot. Here's how we're going to be restarting right here. We got Garrett Kinder starting in first, and then restarting in second is Zach Wetstein. Let's see how this restart goes. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway. We are side by side for second between Zach Wetstein and Logan Sturgeon. We see Wetstein is able to get clear right now. We see Zach Wetstein trying to reel in your leader, Garrett Kinder. This is for that first place spot. Let's see what Wettstein tries to do here. We see Zach taking it to the high side. Now taking a look down low. Side by side. Great pass there by Zach Wettstein. The two were side by side coming off of turn number 2. We see Kinder with the nose on the back stretch, and he is able to get back clear of Zach Wettstein, but I don't think we've seen the end of that 9 machine. I think that's just round 1 between Garrett Kinder and Zach Wettstein. We see Zach Wettstein continuing to try to set up that pass. I know, definitely watch to see if that 9 car tries to use the chrome horn. We see Zach Wettstein take a look down low under Garrett Kinder as we head into turns 3 and 4. Side by side. We see Wettstein with an O, and we see another caution flag is out. Looks like Ray Page, Chuck Felt, Jamie Mullins, Brandon Wallace, Matt Knights all crashed. So we will see exactly what happened to them. All right, here's a look at what happened. All right. So we see we're side by side between Ray Page and Chuck Feltz coming off of turn number 2. And then we see we're side by side between Page and Feltz coming in. Oh, and we see coming into the corner, Page just gets loose, makes contact with William Griffith. Man, and the two just get sideways. See 53, nowhere to go. Brandon Wallace involved, and I think Matt Knights also gets involved as well. Let's see right now, here's a look at our pit strategy. We see majority of the field has not came in yet. We see most drivers on that 60-lap stint length. Especially your top 4. The question is, when will your top 4 come in and take tires? That is the question. I know with all these caution laps, these tires shouldn't have too much wear. I don't know. We will see. I do want to give a shout out. I know we do have a few original Rebels drivers running in tonight's Daytona 24 Hours on iRacing. So, good luck to the original, or I think it's the Goat Locker Racing has a team. So, good luck to Goat Locker Racing's team in tonight's Daytona 24 Hours event. Good luck. See, Kevin Kinder says, them cars in the back are sure messed up. I agree. I mean, let's look at the bottom 3 cars and just look how torn up. We see beat up nose for Ray Page there. Brandon Wallace, torn up nose. Matt Knights, I think he took a reset because his car is pretty clean. Same thing with the rear end. Matt Knights, definitely one of the lucky few drivers in the back. Rest of the drivers in the back just have torn up cars. But you're ready to go back green here. There we see Zach Wettstein restarting. He is able to get clear of Logan Sturgeon. But right now we see a side-by-side battle for third between Andy Kurtz and Garrett Kinder. We see Kinder is able to get clear now side by side for second between Logan Sturgeon and Garrett Kinder. They're still side by side as we head into turns 3 and 4. And there we go. We see Garrett Kinder is able to get clear and to that second place spot now. Side by side for third between Logan Sturgeon and Charles Stevens Jr. The battle between Big Fish Motorsports. But we see Sturgeon is able to get clear now. Side by side for that 5th place spot between Jason Warren and Andy Kurtz. We see right now Warren has the nose as we head into turns 1 and 2. And he is able to get clear. Fastest lap time of the race for Zach Wettstein. Wow, after 66 laps on his tires, Wettstein has finally turned the fastest lap time of the race with a 20.26. I guess, with all these cautions coming out and Wettstein saving those tires, it makes sense that we're just now turning some fast lap times. We see Logan Sturgeon trying to reel in Garrett Kinder for that second place spot. Let's see if that 26 machine can do. Andy Kurtz trying to get to Charles Stevens Jr. for that 6th place spot. I know, looks like Andy Kurtz has a little bit of a beat-up nose. After tonight's event, there's really going to be only a couple cars that don't have at least a scratch or a dent on their Xfinity car. Because, gosh, this race has been a lot of beating, a lot of banging, a lot of more taken than given. So it's going to be hard to find a car without a dent or scratch. We see right now Andy Kurtz trying to reel in Charles Stevens Jr. still for that 6th place spot. We saw Kurtz got a good run there off turn number 4, maybe trying to set up a pass here for 1 and 2. Still right on the back bumper of that 88. Right now, the field is pretty spread out. Right now, we have a gaggle of cars running with each other. We see side by side between Daniel Cunningham and Jason Lottridge for that 10th place spot. We see Cunningham is able to get clear. Let's see, Andy Kurtz still on the back bumper, that 88 machine of Charles Stevens Jr. Once again, though, that 5 does have a lot of damage. At a track like Martinsville, damage really doesn't mean too much, and aerodynamics doesn't mean too much, but still, a little bit of damage can slow you down, so we'll see if this affects Kurtz here as he's trying to make a pass on Charles Stevens Jr. We see Andy Kurtz just right there on that 88 machine, just trying to do something. And actually, we haven't done this all race. Here's a look at the cockpit cam of that 5 machine. Definitely, we are seeing Andy Kurtz using a lot of patience here at Martinsville. We do have a battle for that 2nd place spot beginning to brew. Logan Sturgeon has now caught Garrett Kinder for 2nd. And then we see Jason Warren is also there. So you could throw a blanket over 2nd through 4th right now. In fact, let's take a look at your current top 5. We see Zach Wettstein sitting in 1st. Garrett Kinder is in 2nd right now. 3rd is Logan Sturgeon. 4th place we have Jason Warren, and then rounding out your top 5, we have Travis Bieber. And there we go. We see side by side. Looks like Sturgeon was able to get by Kinder, and now Jason Warren has gotten by Kinder. So right now, Garrett Kinder has fallen to that 4th place spot. We see Daniel Cunningham trying to reel in William Griffith for that 9th place spot. We see Cunningham taking a look down low. Jason Warren trying to reel in Logan Sturgeon for that 2nd place spot. So far, Jason Warren has been your biggest mover of tonight's event, gaining 16 spots since the green flag dropped. And after starting in 19th, he has made his way up to 3rd right now, and especially at Martinsville, I think the main reason why Warren is up here in the top 3 has just definitely just been patience. Patience has definitely been key here tonight. You see right now, Andy Kurtz almost got into the back bumper of that 88 machine. These two are still battling, and Kurtz almost got into the outside wall there coming off of turn number 4. That is going to slow him down quite a bit. We see William Griffith and Jonah Colbert side by side for that 10th place spot. We see Colbert and Kostick are able to get by Griffith. We see Michael Kostick right now on the back bumper of that 31 machine. Here we see Kostick coming into 3 and 4, just trying to set up that pass. And then we see Kostick taking a look down low. Side by side between these two, he is able to get clear Michael Kostick to the 10th place spot now. Kostick into the top 10. I think at one point Kostick was running in that top 5, but he has since fallen behind, trying to work his way back up to the field now. We've actually had a long green flag run here. Definitely proud of these Extreme Xfinity drivers for finally turning some good clean laps in. The question that I'm wondering here is when we are going to see some green flag pit stops. Right now. 83 laps are on Zach Wetstein's stint length right now. That's how old Wetstein's tires are. And, I mean, we haven't really seen too much tire fall off. I think it's going to be another 20 to 30 laps before we see Wetstein or any of your top 5 come in. Because, I mean, coming in this early would be definitely a big track position sacrifice. And being in the back with, I mean, all that's gone on so far in tonight's event is definitely a big risk. We've actually hit the halfway point. So right now, we are going to be turning up the volume, pumping up the intensity. You'll get to hear these sounds and sights of the racetrack and hear that sweet race car noise. Here we go. Looks like while we were doing pump up the intensity, a caution flag has came out. So we're going to take a look exactly what happened here with the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Man, these cows sure have been busy here tonight. They've definitely been doing their job well. Here's a look at what happened. Here we see William Griffith heading into turns 3 and 4, and my main guess what happens is I think he hits the curb. That gets him loose. No, he does not hit the curb. Looks like the car just gets loose on its own coming off of 4. Definitely unfortunate there for William Griffith. He was one of our biggest movers of tonight's event. We actually have the whole field on pit road right now. And there we see Zach Wetstein. He wins the race off of pit road. Then it's Jason Warren. Then it's Logan Sturgeon. Then it's Garrett Kinder. And then coming off of pit road in 5th is Daniel Cunningham. So the top 5 doesn't really change too much after we see pit stops. Zach Wetstein still in the lead. Jason Warren still in 2nd. Logan Sturgeon still in 3rd. I mean, after taking the lead from Garrett Kinder on a restart, I mean, Zach Wetstein has just been running away from the rest of the field. And, I mean, what a race it has been for that 9 machine. I know Zach Wetstein, he's trying to win 2 races in a row here in the Extreme Xfinity Series. Wetstein won last week at Circuit of the Americas. And although they're 2 different track types, one's a road course, one's an oval, I mean, if you really think about it, the 2 tracks are very similar. Both tracks involve braking a ton, hitting your marks, being smooth and consistent, and avoiding wrecks. And, I mean, I think that if you're good at one, then you're definitely going to be good at the other. And I think we're seeing that here tonight with Zach Wetstein. I mean, it's always typically, and you see it a lot. You see it a lot in NASCAR, where the best short track racers are also always typically good at the road courses. Because like I said, they involve heavy braking, being smooth, being consistent, being patient, and being able to avoid wrecks, and also having luck on your side. All right, we are getting ready to go back green here. Zach Wetstein restarting on the bottom. Logan Sturgeon restarting on the top. Let's see how this restart goes. Behind them, it's Jason Warren and Daniel Cunningham. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway. We see Zach Wetstein is able to get clear of Jason Warren, but we are side by side for second. Jason Warren is able to get clear of Logan Sturgeon. We are now side by side for third. We see Kinder having a great restart. He is able to get to that third place spot now. And we see Garrett Kinder reeling in Jason Warren for that second place spot. Almost got into his back bumper there. Logan Sturgeon reeling in. And we see Zach Wetstein has just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 20-second lap time. Those fresh tires definitely helping that 9 car have a lot of speed here. I think we're going to continue to see a lot of fast lap times in the next couple laps. Drivers just taking advantage of these fresh tires. And I think right now, if these drivers have been holding back on making moves, they need to start making some moves now, because with these fresh tires, their cars are going to be the fastest that they're going to be in quite some time unless they come back in. So drivers need to start making moves. This is prime opportunity to make passes, just because these cars are as fast as they're going to be for quite some time. We see Daniel Cunningham trying to reel in Jonah Colbert for that 5th place spot. We see right now Cunningham looking high, looking low, just trying to set up that pass. We'll see what that 54 can do here. Another thing that when you're trying to make a pass here at Martinsville, you got to kind of have to use patience, because if you're patient, you never know. You might see the driver in front of you make a mistake. Oh, like that. We saw Garrett Kinder got a little bit loose there off of turns 3 and 4. That's going to allow Logan Sturgeon to reel him in, and that's going to allow Jason Warren to extend his gap over 2nd place. Here we go. We're see Garrett Kinder was able to get himself back together, and he's trying to extend that gap right now over Logan Sturgeon. Looks like... Oh, and there we see Sturgeon is able to get to the rear quarter panel to the door. They are now side by side for 2nd place as we head now into turns 3 and 4. And we see Sturgeon is able to get clear. Colbert has the nose over Garrett Kinder as we cross the line. We now have 75 laps to go here at Martinsville Speedway. So we're going to actually take this time to pump up the intensity. You'll get to hear the sounds and sights of the racetrack and hear that sweet race car noise. Here we go. that is going to do it for Pump Up the Intensity. Hopefully you enjoyed us turning up the volume. We actually take a look to the YouTube chat. Ratchet Miller says, number 13 running up close to the front. He is. Garrett has had a great race here tonight. He led the first portion of tonight's event, and he's mainly stayed in the top 5. I think this whole race he hasn't really dropped outside of the top 5. We see Garrett currently sitting in that 4th place spot, trying to reel in Logan Sturgeon for that 3rd place spot, and at the same time trying to hold off Jonah Colbert. We do see Daniel Cunningham trying to reel in Jonah Colbert for that 5th place spot. We'll see what that 54 can do here. I know while we're doing Pump Up the Intensity, we kind of got an up close and personal look at this battle between Daniel Cunningham and Jonah Colbert, and definitely Cunningham is fast right now, but the question is, does he have enough to get by that 31? Once again, I do want to give a big shout out to Jason Warren. What a race he has had tonight. He has not led any laps, but he has completed an amazing feat. Jason Warren, he started in the 19th spot. That's only 5 positions away from the back, and he has gained 17 spots since the green flag dropped. 17 spots in 110 laps. He's worked his way up through the field, made some good moves, avoided the wrecks, and here he is now in that 2nd place spot, chasing a victory here tonight. Now, definitely our biggest tough break was Josh Oswald. After Josh Oswald was running the top 5 for a lot of tonight's event, but just got involved in a couple wrecks and was not able to make his way back up through the field. And then after getting involved in another wreck, he called it quits and manually disconnected. So definitely wasn't the night that Josh Oswald had wanted. But still, we see Zach Wetstein is your current leader. Right now, Wetstein has led the past, 50 laps. After taking the lead from Garrett Kinder, and Zach Wetstein, he is looking to make it 2 in a row here tonight. Last week at Circuit of the Americas, Zach Wetstein also won that race. So Zach Wetstein wins tonight. He's going to be going from winning at a road course to winning at a short track, which, once again, I mentioned earlier, if you think about it, the way that you have to drive the car is similar at both. Both you have to brake a lot. A lot of high speeds and then going to lower speeds. It's crazy. Here at Martinsville Speedway, these drivers have a high speed of 122 miles per hour and the lowest possible speed of 63 miles per hour. So these drivers are really having to get woed down in these corners, just like at the road courses. At the road courses also, it's very important to hit your marks and be smooth and consistent. Also very, very important here at Martinsville. And, another thing, don't make any mistakes because, just getting loose or hitting a curb will definitely hurt you. Do you see Chuck Feltz heading to the high side trying to get by Jamie Mullins for that 12th place spot? He has the nose off of Mullins as we head off of turn number 2. And there you go. He is able to get clear Chuck Feltz to the 12th place spot now. Daniel Cunningham still trying to make a pass on Jonah Colbert. We'll continue to watch this battle develop. It looks like Zach Wetstein is coming up on lap traffic. There he puts Matt Knights down a lap. We see right now Daniel Cunningham trying to reel in still Jonah Colbert for that 5th place spot. And Cunningham also has Bieber on his back bumper. We see Cunningham getting a good run on Jonah Colbert here as we head into turns 1 and 2. We see Cunningham trying to look high, trying to look low, just trying to do something here. Cunningham getting right to the back bumper of that 31. Just can't quite make the pass. Here's a look at the cockpit cam of that 54 machine there. We see had to go by some lap traffic. Right now we see Zach Wetstein with a 2-second lead over second place Jason Warren. And oh, we see some cars stopped on the back stretch, and that is, or excuse me, the front stretch, and that is going to bring out a caution. It's now time for the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Here is a look at what happened. All right. So here we see Jason Lottridge in turns 3 and 4. And we see he was battling with Ray Page. Lottridge just comes down the track a little bit. Let's see here. Yeah, I think Lottridge may have thought he was clear. Ray Page just comes down, slides across them nose. Into the inside wall. Definitely unfortunate. But looks like we saw the field come in and take tires. I'm pretty sure we saw the field come in. Yes, we did. Except for, let's see. I think Jason Warren may have stayed out. The rest of the field comes in, so that's now going to put Jason Warren in first. Zach Wetstein in second. Jonah Colbert third. Daniel Cunningham fourth. Logan Sturgeon fifth. We see Ratchet Miller says, "Oh, them J.K. cows heart." Yes, those Kinder Farm and Ranch cows have been hard at work here tonight. I mean, we've had a lot of cautions, and I mean, the cows have put on a show, entertaining our fans while we get the replay up and ready. I definitely think those cows deserve some cow cubes after tonight's event, because they've been so well behaved here tonight. Shout out to the Kinder Farm and Ranch cows for all they have done for tonight's broadcast. In my opinion, I think that the Kinder Farm and Ranch cows are, in fact, much better than the Chick-fil-A cows and many of the other famous cows in media. We gotta get the Kinder Farm and Ranch cows, just make it a whole big thing. You know, the cows, you'll see them on a billboard or something like that. Yep. Pace car is in. We're getting ready to go back green here. Jason Warren restarting on the bottom. Zach Wetstein restarting on the top. And there we go. Green flag is back out here. There we see Jason Warren taking off. And oh, we see a couple cars spin. Caution flag is back out. And it is now time for the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. All right, here's a look at what happened here. Right now we're watching Jake Ellingson. He was starting behind Andy Kurtz. Had Jason Lottridge to his outside. And we see, looks like Ray Page just gets loose coming off a 4 on the restart, slides down into Ellingson, and that's just going to create this big domino effect. A lot of big names get involved in this incident. Let's see. Cody Kinder says, agreed, they are better. That's right. I mean, there's a lot of I can come up with a lot of reasons why the Kinder Farm and Ranch cows are definitely better than those Chick-fil-A cows. Let's see. Ratchet Miller says, Cody Kinder, Chick-fil-A cow ain't got nothing on them JK cows. In fact, that would be a good idea. Like, let's see. We gotta have this. All right, I'm coming up with this. This is just a big plan here. We gotta have the Chick-fil-A cows and the Kinder Farm and Ranch cows have a tag team wrestling match at Bristol Motor Speedway in front of over 100,000 fans. It's gonna be one of the biggest events of the year, one of the most remembered sports events. In fact, I want to try to set the Guinness World Record for most fans attending a sporting event. It's going to be the biggest boxing event of the year, or wrestling event of the year. There you go. Chick-fil-A cows versus Kinder Farm and Ranch cows, tag team wrestling at Bristol Motor Speedway. Be there or be square. Buy tickets now at DisneyBroadcasting.com. Let's see. Ratchet Miller says JK cows will put a beat down on him, Atlee. I don't know. We will see. I don't want to say that because if I say that it's just if the Kinder Farm and Ranch cows are gonna win, then we're not gonna sell tickets. We gotta kind of advertise it as like a nail biter. But I know for sure that definitely those Kinder Farm and Ranch cows are gonna win. But you know, as the promoter of this event, I kind of have to advertise it as a nail biter. Pace car is in. We're getting ready to go back green here. Jason Warren restarting on the bottom. Zach Wetstein restarting on the top. Green flag is back out here, and we see Wetstein gets a little bit loose, and that's just going to cause a big check up and a big wreck. Well, looks like caution. There we go. Now the caution flag comes out. It's now time for the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. All right, here's what happened here. We're watching Andy Kurtz. He was starting behind Garrett Kinder, had Michael Kostick to his outside. And then we saw Wetstein get a little bit loose there. There you see it happening. Gets a little bit loose on the restart. And then we see Charles Stevens Jr. gets a little bit loose on the restart as well. Comes down into Andy Kurtz, and that's just going to create this big domino effect. See, Cody Kinder says, caution, breed caution still holds true. Yep, I mean, we've really been seeing that all throughout tonight. I mean, we've had big stretches of cautions, and then we've seen long green flag runs, and then as soon as that caution came out after that long green flag run, it's just been caution after caution after caution, and it always seems to happen on these restarts. Coming off of turn number 4, drivers just get loose. I think just because these drivers are slamming on the gas on the restarts trying to get a jump to whoever's starting beside them, and it's just causing the wheels to spin and causing them to get loose. I know that happened to me on Monday night in the Extreme Forces Racing League at Atlanta Motor Speedway, where I tried to slam on the gas a little bit too hard, and the wheel spun, went loose into the grass. Still, Jason Warren is your biggest mover of tonight's event. He's gained 18 spots since the green flag dropped. After starting in 19th, Warren is now your leader, and I mean, he's made some smart moves, has been patient, has just been able to avoid the wrecks, and hey, he's had luck on his side, and Jason Warren is now up in that first place spot, looking to try to win tonight's event, but still, definitely watch out for that 9 machine of Zach Wettstein. Zach Wettstein led a lot of tonight's event, never can count him out in these events, and also definitely watch out as well for 7th place driver Garrett Kinder. Kinder led the first parts of tonight's event. He's kind of fell behind a little bit, but I think we might see Kinder catch back up here in the final 30 or so laps. See, Ratchet Miller says, well, Atlee, that happens when you drive a Chevy. You gotta be careful with all that power. That's right. I think we had a lot of Chevys in the field tonight, so on this next restart, who knows? We might see the whole field just get loose because, man, the powerful Chevys. But green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off. We see we see Daniel Cunningham right on the back bumper of Jonah Colbert. This is for that 3rd place spot. Cunningham almost got to Colbert's back bumper a little bit there. And we see the gap extends between Colbert and Cunningham. We see Garrett Kinder trying to reel in Daniel Cunningham for that 4th place spot. Let's see what Kinder can do here. We see Kinder getting a good run here in turns 1 and 2, just trying to set up that pass. Kinder looks to the high side, but still, we see Daniel Cunningham running that defensive line, trying to hold off Garrett Kinder. Cody Kinder says, number 13, hopefully saving something for the end. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of what Kinder's trying to do right now, save those tires for the end, because I mean, the fresher the tires, the better in winning tonight's event. We do see a battle for the lead beginning to brew between Jason Warren and Zach Wettstein. Another yellow flag is out, and I'm not actually sure what happened. So we'll now look at this Wreckage Rewind to see exactly what happened. So here's what happened. We see Travis Bieber just gets a big run in 3 and 4, slams on the brakes, the try, miss, and hit, and Chuck Feltz, and he's got nowhere to go. Right into the back bumper of Chuck. And let's see, Logan Sturgeon involved, Michael Kostick getting some damage. Definitely unfortunate. See. After the talk about Chevys, Kevin Kinder does the barf emoji. I have a lot of respect for, people who like Chevys. They have a few good vehicles. But I have always been more of a Toyota fan. The Camry, the Supra, the Tacoma. And we surprisingly only see only one driver right now in the field run a Toyota. That is Matt Knights, and I picked out the Toyota to make Matt's paint scheme for him. And I'm pretty proud of the paint scheme that I made for old Matt Knights. You see, you got the free PD on the front. On the back, we also got free PD, Larry's Lemonade. And then on the side, you got Intensity Broadcasting in Larry's Lemonade. I'm definitely proud with the paint scheme that I made for Matt. If you're looking for any good paint schemes for name some concepts or any fantasy schemes, make sure to go check out my trading paints page, Atlee Weiss. You can find all sorts of cool paint schemes on there. I mostly do a lot of super late models, a few Xfinity cars, a few next-gen cars. Most of them are concepts for existing drivers. I do have some fantasy cars as well. So make sure to go look me up on Trading Paints at Atlee Weiss. That's my painter name. And hopefully you enjoy some of my paint schemes. Hopefully might see some of y'all running them out on track. Let's see. Ratchet Miller says G. Kinder makes a hand driving that number 13. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. I mean, Kinder's had a great race so far here tonight. Has been in top 5 for a lot of tonight's event. Led a couple laps, and he's going to be restarting in 4th here. We're getting ready to go back green here. There we go. Green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off side by side for second between Jonah Colbert and Zach Wetstein. We see Wetstein is able to get clear of Colbert. But let's see if Jonah can reel Wetstein back in here. This is for that second place spot. Right now, Daniel Cunningham trying to look low under that 31 for that third place spot. Garrett Kinder all over the back bumper of that 54. This is for that 4th place spot. Let's see what Kinder tries to do here. Right now, I think we might see Kinder diamond in those corners, just trying to get better run off the corner. Let's see what Garrett tries to do here in 3 and 4. We do have a battle for the lead beginning to brew between Jason Warren and Zach Wetstein. Let's see what Wetstein tries to do here. Zach just looking high, looking low, trying to set up that pass. You might see Wetstein try to use the chrome horn here. Ooh, we see the 9 getting into the back bumper of Jason Warren a little bit. That's going to send him up the track off of 2, and that's going to allow Zach Wetstein to get under him. We see Wetstein to the door of that 32. Now we see Zach with the nose. He is able to get clear of that 32 machine. And we see, oh no, Jason Warren is around. Caution flag is out. We're going to check out to see exactly what happened here with the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Man. Jason. Oh, man, that's a tough break there for Jason Warren, who was running so good. Here's a look at what happened. So here we see Jason Warren trying to make a pass on Zach Wetstein here as we head into turns 1 and 2. I think we see Jason Colbert was reeling in Jason Warren. He gets a little bit too big of a run, gets into the back bumper of Jason Warren. Warren gets into the grass, which is, yeah, and after that, once you get into the grass, you're done. And there we see Jason Warren is around. Man, definitely unfortunate there for Mr. Jason Warren. But I believe he has stayed on the lead lap, so we might see him try to make his way up through the field. So right now, this time it's going to be 20 laps to go for your field. And we'll take a look here. Here's your current top 5. We see Zach Wetstein sitting in first. Second is Jonah Colbert. Third is Daniel Cunningham. In that 4th place spot right now, it's Garrett Kinder. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Chuck Felt. So right now, Zach Wetstein trying to seal up his victory here tonight. But question is, will he be able to hold off Colbert and Cunningham? We'll be back here with the restart after a quick commercial break. All right, we are getting ready to go back green here. We see Zach Wetstein restarting on the bottom, Jonah Colbert restarting on the top. We're going to have a 17-lap shootout to decide this thing. Pace car is in. Here we go, coming to the restart. Green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway. We see side-by-side for second between Daniel Cunningham and Jonah Colbert. The two make a little bit of contact there in 1 and 2. We see Cunningham with the nose coming off of turn number 2, trying to get clear, and he is clear. Daniel Cunningham now to second. We see side-by-side for third between Garrett Kinder. Oh, and there we see Garrett Kinder is able to get low under Daniel Cunningham for that second place spot. We see Kinder with the nose, and oh, we see, oh no, big wreck in 1 and 2. Caution flag is out. We're going to take a look at the Wreckage Rewind to see exactly what happened on that incident. Oh no. That did not look good. All right, here's a look at what happened. We see Jonah Colbert trying to set up that pass on the 54. Just right on the back bumper. We see side-by-side between Kinder and Cunningham coming into 1 and 2. We see Kinder was actually blinking a little bit. I don't know if... And then looks like coming into the corner, Chuck Feltz gets a big run, gets into the back of Jonah Colbert, and that's just going to send him flying into Kinder and Cunningham. So they both go around. Definitely unfortunate there. Man. Saw a lot of fast cars get involved in that one. So now it's looking like we're going to have another shootout for the win. Here's a look at your current top 5. We see Zach Wetstein sitting in first. Second place is Garrett Kinder. Right now in third is Michael Kostick. Fourth place is Logan Sturgeon. And then right now, rounding out your top 5, we have Andy Kurtz. So right now, Zach Wetstein trying to get his second win in a row in the Extreme Xfinity Series. Wetstein has just had an awesome race ever since taking the lead from Garrett Kinder. He's just led majority of the laps, except for we did see a short little stint where Warren was your leader, but man. See Tate when he says, that 5 car is great. We do see Andy Kurtz running that Tony the Tiger Kellogg's machine. Definitely one of the paint schemes out there. Love the tiger stripes, the orange and black Definitely a cool looking paint scheme. We're getting ready to go back green here. Zach Wetstein restarting on the bottom. Garrett Kinder restarting on the top. I know we have a lot of Garrett Kinder fans in the chat. I know all of them are going wild right now. Let's see how this restart plays out. Green flag is back out here, and there we see Zach Wetstein taking off. We see Garrett Kinder is right now, he was able to get clear of Michael Kostick. We see right now Kostick trying to look low under that 13 machine. Coming into 3 and 4, Kostick just still trying to set up that pass on Kinder. Almost got into his back bumper there. I think we're going to see a tight battle here with less than 10 to go. And we see another caution flag is out. So we will take a look at exactly what happened here. All right, here's a look at what happened. We see Travis Bieber and Matt Knights were running side by side. And then coming into the corner, looks like and then it looks like Bieber's coming up on Jason Lottridge. Ooh. Something happened there with Matt Knights. Actually, it looks like Travis Bieber comes up down from that seam and slides down a little bit into Matt Knights. Definitely unfortunate there for both of them. See, Ratchet Miller says, you always do a awesome job calling the race, Atlee. Enjoy ya, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words, Ratchet. I know. I always enjoy calling these races here with the Extreme Xfinity Series. It's always fun racing action no matter where they go. And I try to bring excitement, try to bring energy. I just try to talk about, what's going on. Maybe bring some humor into the broadcast. I mean, this went from something to cure my boredom in the pandemic to having over 2,000 followers on Facebook. It's been an incredible journey to watch Intensity Broadcasting grow, and I hope it continues to bring people joy every single day with racing action. Intensity Broadcasting does have a big announcement about their merchandise store. The new Intensity Broadcasting Racing Style t-shirt is now available in the store, so make sure to go visit intensitybroadcasting.com and go pick out and go get yourself a racing style t-shirt. You'll be the coolest person at school or work in. The shirt does look pretty fly. You can see it on the website before you purchase it. I believe it comes in multiple colors, and it's definitely just an overall awesome looking shirt. So if you want to be the coolest person at work or school, go pick up a racing style t-shirt just released on intensitybroadcasting.com. But we're going to have a 4-lap shootout here. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out here at Martinsville Speedway, and there we see coming into turns 1 and 2, side by side between Michael Kostick and Andy Kurtz for that third place spot. We see Kostick with the nose coming off the corner, and he is, we see Kurtz holding his own on that outside. Kostick and there we go. We see Michael Kostick is able to clear to that third place spot now. See Andy Kurtz taking a look to the high side above that 04 machine. Can't quite get there. See right now, Michael Kostick just trying to set up that pass on Garrett Kinder for that second place spot. 2 laps to go now for Zach Wettstein to get his second win in a row. Wettstein, ever since taking the lead early on from Garrett Kinder, he has just dominated this race, leading majority of the laps, except for we saw a little stint where Warren led some. But man, what a dominating performance here through Wettstein. Final lap for Zach Wettstein. If caution comes out, it ends the race. Man, Zach Wettstein heading through 1 and 2. He's got an 8/10 lead over second place Garrett Kinder. Awesome run for Zach Wettstein. Dominating performance. Man, nobody could just beat him. And there we go, wrapping it up. Zach Wettstein is your winner here at Martinsville Speedway. We see Garrett Kinder finishes second. Michael Kostick takes third. Wettstein Nation is on their feet. Zach Wettstein wins here at Martinsville Speedway. And there we see Zach Wettstein burning it down here at Martinsville. And oh no! Brandon Wallace slamming right into Zach Wettstein during his burnouts. And oh, everybody plowing straight in to Zach Wettstein. Poor Zach Wettstein, he only got about 5 seconds of burnouts. And oh! The demolition derby continues. And there we go. Hopefully we're going to start our driver interviews, waiting to get your top 3 in the booth. Got Kinder and Wettstein. Wait for Michael Kostick to hop into the waiting room. And the demolition just continues on the front stretch. There we go. We got third place finisher Michael Kostick in the waiting room. So we are now going to go ahead and pull him in. Michael, this is Zatley in the Intensity Broadcasting booth. Do you have a copy?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, what a race for you. I know you started in that second place spot, but got involved in a couple incidents early on. I know we didn't really say your name too much midway through the race, but we saw you were able to make your way back up through the field, and coming there to the end, we saw a tight battle between you and Garrett Kinder for that second place spot. You couldn't quite get by Kinder there, but still solid effort with the podium finish. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Yeah, started up front, and I just kept making bad lane choices on the restart and kept falling back. And then once I got stuck in the back, I had trouble making my way back up front.
Now, we saw a lot of tire saving here tonight at Martinsville. I mean, what was your plan to just try to save the tires here?
I kind of figured there'd be enough cautions that you could probably just drive pretty hard and not worry too much about the tires.
Got you. Well, before we let you go, Michael, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Kai for stepping in and doing race control, Goat Locker for sponsoring the series, Jonah and all the other admins for all the work they do, you guys for broadcasting.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the podium finisher tonight, Michael. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right, let's now pull in your second place finisher. It's Oklahoma's Garrett Kinder in the 13. Let's go ahead and pull him in. Garrett, this is Atley in Intensity Broadcasting booth. Do you have a copy?
Got you, man.
Awesome. Well, what a race for you. I know you started in that first place spot, started on the pole, and you led the first, 30, 50 laps of tonight's event, but then we saw Zach Wettstein was able to get below you, and after that, he just ran away from the rest of the field, and we saw Jason was able to get to second, but still, we saw you were running around the top 5 for a lot of tonight's event, and eventually there at the end, after we saw a couple incidences up front, and that just ended up boosting you up to that second place spot, you were able to hold off Kostick there at the end. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Oh, man, there was a lot of cautions, unfortunately. Martinsville seems to be the bane of our existence here at Original Rebels, and we were lucky. We got a couple good green flag runs in where we actually got to burn up some tires and actually come in and cycle through a pit stop and little bit of strategy play in. Not near as much as what I'd like, but overall a pretty good race. Everything I heard, most guys were trying to keep it as clean as possible, backing their corners up, not trying to run people over, and that's really what Martinsville is all about—a little bit of give and take here and there. And big shout out to Cost there at the end. I'm pretty sure he was faster than I was. Just he didn't lay the bumper to me like he could have. So big shout out to him. Glad he brought it home in third place. Big shout out to Zach. You're in a heck of a race tonight. Yeah, I don't know where that qualifying speed came from that got me up front early, but I wasn't going to complain about it. Get me away from some of the carnage that went on in the middle of the pack and back of the pack early on. And man, just once he got past me though, he was checked out for sure.
Now, we saw at one point you dropped out of the top 5. I mean, what was going to be your goal to just try to get back into the top 5? And, I mean, what was your goal to just get back to where you were in second?
A lot of it was there was some different tire strategies up front. I know Jason Warren had stayed out, and then the 31 and 54 had both taken 2. And so me and Logan Sturgeon, we were and Logan ran a heck of a race tonight. We raced each other really hard all night and had a good time with it. But that differing tire strategy, I didn't really sweat it too much. I knew that eventually that they'd maybe fall off a little bit. They'd have to start checking up a little bit earlier. Maybe I could outbrake them into the corner, something a little wild. But it ended up being I got kind of halfway spun through the middle of 1 and 2 and ended up gathering it up and made up some positions that way. But it was a heck of a race, a lot of fun.
Well, before we let you go, Garrett, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Of course, I got a list here. I got to, of course, thank Kinder Farm and Ranch for all they do for me. Love having family on board and having them just cheer me on and shoot me text messages after the races and all that stuff. It's awesome. Ratchet Speed Shop, Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else, look up Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com. Wolfpack Racing, Ray Page over there, heck of a guy to know. He can get you in contact with some pretty great people and show you a pretty good time. Of course, got to thank all my teammates over at Reaper Racing. A little bit of a tough night for some of them. I think Griff had some internet issues. I think Brandon ended up coming home with the top 10, so big shout out to him. Good job to him. And man, just thank you up in the booth. Got to thank you as well. Shappy Edits, Goat Locker Racing, Big Fish Motorsports, Magic Mike Motorsports. Of course, got to thank Griff for being the head honcho over here at Original Rebels and keeping these squeaky wheels turning. Peg Leg Felts, P&J Motorsports, Big Fish Motor, man, I could go on and on. We've got tons of people that support us every week, every series, and we couldn't do what we do where, our family and friends can tune in and watch and have great broadcasting like you bring every week. We wouldn't be able to do it without the support we get from all of our sponsors from big to small. So everybody that supports Original Rebels, we really appreciate you. And, man, we'll see if we can run it back again next week.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the runner-up finish here tonight, Garrett. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, Bob.
Yep, no problem. And now let's pull in your winner from Greenwood, Indiana. It's the 9 of Zach Wetstein. Zach, this is Atlee in the Intensity Broadcasting booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome. Well, what a race for you. I know you started in that 4th place spot, and you were in the top 5 for the first portion of the race, and after a few cautions or so, you're able to get up to that 2nd place spot, and eventually, on a restart, you were able to get under Garrett and get up to that 1st place spot, and after that, I mean, there's no looking back. We did see a couple times where you were battling with Jason, and Jason, he stayed out one time, but he had older tires, and eventually he ended up spinning, and so that just ended up giving you that 1st place spot. Kinder was up there with you, but you were still able to run away from the rest of the field. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Oh, man, I mean, just, caution filled, which you hate to see, but it's Martinsville, and it seems to always happen, so when you come here, you just got to kind of expect it to happen and kind of base your strategy off of that. But the first part of the race was just the lane choice game. Really, I chose the inside line a couple of times to start, and I lost spots because we were getting cautioned so early. So I started going on the outside from like 7th position, 9th position, and would gain spots just because the caution would come out so quickly. People didn't have a chance to freight train on the inside. So I was able to get up to 2nd, and the car felt really, really good tonight, at least for me. And so I was able to pass Kinder. And for a lot of that, obviously, I was able to lead. And then Jason Warren came out and stayed out. and he knows what he's doing on these short tracks, so that made it really tough. And thankfully, I was able to pass him right before he spun, unfortunately, due to the contact. But yeah, it was an interesting race, and just glad I could pull it out at my favorite track.
Now, I mean, Martinsville Speedway, definitely a tricky track. I mean, we got the cautions to deal with, tires. But, I mean, what does it take to dominate a race here at Martinsville?
Man, at least in these cars, it's just about not locking up the tires. In other cars here, you can really get into the corner pretty well before you lock up or you spin out due to the, rear tires chattering. But with this car, it's so tough to get into the corner that you can't have too much brake and too little. You have to be pretty spot on into the turn. And then it's just being able to trail brake long enough that you can eventually roll onto the into the exit of the corner. But man, it's really tough, and it track position as well. That's the final thing for that question anyways. It's just being able to get yourself out front. I mean, you saw Jason was almost able to hold me off there at the end of the race, but track position definitely one of the biggest things.
Awesome. Well, before we let you go, Zach, is there any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, absolutely. You for broadcasting, especially tonight. I know it's a couple of tough weeks in a row with the road course and that being a long race, and then Martinsville with all the cautions. But you do a great job, and we appreciate it. My mom and dad, my teammates at Hoosier Motorsports, and then you got the JC Motorsports guys that I run with in the Xfinity and Cup side. So shout out to them. Goat Locker Racing for being the sponsor, Big Fish Motorsports, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Shappy Edits, Smil Racing Designs, Magic Mike Motorsport, Seth Griffith, Peg Leg Felts, and finally P&J Motorsports.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on tonight's win and getting 2 in a row here in the Extreme Xfinity Series, and hopefully we'll see many more wins to come. Have a great rest of your night, Zach.
I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Yep, you too. Well, that is going to do it for tonight's event. I want to thank everyone who tuned in to watch tonight's broadcast. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, because it would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach our goals of 2,500 followers on Facebook and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Make sure to check out our Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We always drop polls on there, interacting with viewers. You get notified when we go live, and we're trying to reach our goal of 100 followers on there by our 2-year anniversary, which is coming up in April. And also make sure to check out our merchandise store, IntensityBroadcasting.com, for shirts, hats, mouse pads, mugs, stickers, posters with our logo and some of our amazing leagues that we broadcast logos. I'm Matt Williams on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Over and out.